If you've ever been stuck in the Mac versus Windows versus Linux debate, here is my honest take on it. I don't pick one. Yes, I don't pick one. I use it all. I run a multi OS setup on purpose, and this is why. Because different jobs needs different tools. And no, this is not platform chaos or gas acquisition syndrome. It is a system for me, at least for me as a DevOps engineer, a creator, a dad, and with everything I do in my world, this is why I run a multi-OS system. In this video, I'm going to show you why each of these devices matter in my stack, and what they are best at and what I use them for, and how I keep everything in sync without losing my mind. Because yes, you can lose your mind. And how you can choose one main machine if you're on a budget. Of course, I'm still on a budget even myself, but hey, if you're on a budget, I'm gonna guide you on that also. I'm Dara, I'm a DevOps engineer, and I'm also a creator. That is why I got all these gears. This setup is what I use to code, build, edit, and ship content without getting stuck, at least in 2026. Let me start with the principles that guide my decisions into the devices I use. Stop arguing what the best operating system is. Start designing the best workflow for yourself. Because hey, the truth is, every OS will win at something. Mac OS, we know it in this age and time with the M series chip, they win on battery and polish. They are elegant. No, just look at this stuff. Aren't it beautiful? This is the M5 MacBook here. Yeah, 24 gig, 1 terabyte. I just got a couple of weeks back. I'm gonna do a full review on it pretty soon, but not yet. But I'm gonna talk about this multi-OS setup just for this video, right? And for Windows, it wins on hardware variety and value for money. Yes, I said it, value for money. Yeah, Macs are great, but they're expensive. Linux, yes, Linux on the surface, they win on terminal power. Android wins on flexibility and file system access. And hey, I got one here. Where is it? The iPad. It wins on portability and consumption. My go-to device. And I'm going to tell you that in a bit in this video. So stay tuned with me and watch till the end if you really want to learn. So the wrong question you're asking is, which one should I buy? The right question is, which job does each one do best? And if I'm going to consolidate, what will be my middle point and my middle ground? This is my stack. And this is very practical. This is my stack, my personal stack, the real stack that I use right now. I use my M5 MacBook here now as my daily driver. This is the one I reach out for first in the morning when I'm going out to the coffee shop or school runs. When I have a couple of minutes, this is the one I pick. No longer my Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i because hey, it's heavy. My Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i, that is my heavy laptop. That is my raw performance machine on the move and my YouTube video. And for now, also my editing rig. And I also have behind me my desktop machine that's powering this entire setup. Behind me here is the one with the raw horsepower. It's what I actually use when I'm in the office for raw video editing, heavy load containers. It actually has some self-hosted LLMs running on it, and it works pretty fine. And of course, I have Ubuntu on the mix via WSL on that machine, and also on this laptop here because I'm starting my own home lab now, and I don't want to pay for some of the cloud services anymore. So Ubuntu Linux works for me right there. And then the Android phone, the iPad, the tablets, it's for capturing, planning, and general life admin stuff. I don't want to go planning what I'm going to do next week or writing some content and bring out a whole beefy laptop for that anymore. No, that sucks for me. It really does. So let's walk through each of the devices in my stack in turn. Jobs to be done. That's the first thing we need to map. What do I do from day to day? What devices do what is best? For coding and for DevOps work, for me, both the Windows and the Mac OS actually wins it. They are very great for coding. But the reason I reach out for the Mac most days now is because it's simple, right? It is light, it's stable, the battery is unreal. On one charge, I can go the whole day working, coding on this thing. And when I'm doing deeper work, multiple containers and heavier local builds, and loads of browser tabs, if I'm on the go, my Lenovo is the answer. If I'm in the office, my desktop is the answer for me. So, depending on where I am, either one of them can step in. And when I'm editing videos, this is where Windows wins for me. My Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i is a beast. It has a great CPU, great GPU, great keyboard, good color accuracy, and the desktop, of course, with no excuses. It's a great machine when I need that raw complete for a longer export. Linux tooling for most of the stuff that goes server side. Linux matters in this mix for me. A huge chunk of the cloud runs on Linux. Most of my real DevOps day-to-day, even my job, lives in the terminal, so I keep the Ubuntu in the mix, either on the raw machine like I do on my Surface, or sometimes on WSL, which I do on my desktop and on my Lenovo computer here, and that runs my home lab right there. And if you're learning DevOps, especially in 2026, and you want to really go far, you need Linux exposure. There's no way around it. But of course, there's what we call daily life flex, right? The daily life. For the daily life flex, planning stuff, reading stuff, quick edits, capturing ideas, Android and iPad makes this all easy. This is the keep moving layer of a workflow. Yeah, there's Android here too. And the thing is, when the idea hits, maybe on the school run, I grab my phone, I jot it down, right? And then I just capture it on my phone. It's in Notion by the time I sit on my desk to continue. And even now, in this age of AI, I have a workflow entirely that actually goes and refines my idea and builds it out for me. All I need to do is approve, sit down, shoot, or action it. I've been using Windows for a very, very long time. To be honest, I almost swore I would never buy another Mac, but then I got back into cross-platform app development a couple of months back, and I realized I still need a Mac in my life. So I went and bought one M5 MacBook here, and to be honest, it has wowed me. Reviews coming later, of course. It's lighter, way lighter than my Lenovo, noticeably slow. My back also agrees with me, and the battery life on it also means that I can actually take it everywhere without worrying about a charger. A full work day without a charger is a lot. And to be honest, that is not market. I'm not going to tell you how long the battery runs and all that, but I can tell you it lasts me the whole day. If I get stuck, I can just bring a mobile power bank and it gets charged up and I'm good to go. And it stays quiet. In a quiet room, a video call, that matters a lot rather than it. I love this laptop. I love my yoga, to be honest, but hey, it's become noisy. So naturally, it becomes the machine I reach for the most. Not because it is perfect. It is not perfect. It has crashed. But because it reduces friction for me. For me right now, this might change. This setup might change. I might go back to maybe buying an ARM-powered Windows computer. But for now, for today, for right now that I'm recording this video, and maybe until I publish this is my answer. Daily driver, on-the-go performance, daily flex. That is my stack. And of course, I have my own lab on my desktop right there behind me doing stuff. And Windows, of course, still wins for me. Windows will still win for me. It is not a backup machine. It wins in many, many areas for me. Windows only apps, some tools that I don't have on the Mac, or ease of life generally because I've been on it for a very long time. Better value for raw specs, dollar for dollar. Windows hardware gives you more value. If you're looking for the raw specs, well, maybe if you ignore the Ramageddon going on right now, because I've seen in recent news that Windows devices have gone crazy and gaga on price. Better GPU, of course, even at the same price. Remember in the video, Lenovo Yoga Pro video I made some couple of months back, even some years back now, almost 2 years now. When I got this Yoga Pro 9, I would have had to spend about £1,500 more to get the same specs on a Mac equivalent of this. Every workload, without paying the MacBook Pro Max money, my Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i gives me that than a maxed out MacBook Pro, and it handles my heaviest video edits effortlessly. And yes, I know the comment, just buy an M-Series MacBook Pro. No, I have an M5 MacBook here and it works just fine for me. For my budget and needs right now, this is the smartest investment I have made. So I use the right tool at the right time. If I need to change to a MacBook Pro, I will do that. But right now, this stack works for me. Most times on the go, you see me carrying this, not because I love the Mac, to be honest. I'm sort of falling in love a little bit. But to be honest, I still love my Windows system. All right. Now, there's the question now of the synchronization between all of this. Because, hey, I don't have an iPhone. Well, I sort of have for development, but it's not my daily driver. The question is, how do I keep all of this from turning into a mess? The answer is one simple rule. Everything must be hot-swappable. That is my workflow. Meaning that I can sit at any desk, my YouTube desk or my work desk, at any point in time and have a one docking solution. One cable for everything. I run a one USB cable docking station. Whichever laptop I'm using, it gets power, get connected to my peripherals just with that one cable. 10 seconds from arriving from my work day, I can plug in anywhere and get going. A KVM switch if I need to switch between this and my desktop computer, pretty easy to go, and most times I even just remote into it. I don't even worry about that, so that I can switch it between any of these machines. I can even plug my iPad to this setup and it goes. I can plug my Android tablet or my Pixel, it goes in the setup pretty fine. And file sync that works on the go and at home for me, it is very important. On the go, I use synced folders. My Synology drive works fine just for that. I still keep the public cloud around, Google Drive, OneDrive, for general things that are super duper important to me in my life. But for most of the content work, I just use my Synology drive and it works fine for me. At home, when I'm in my local network, because it's way faster than the Synology drive itself, I actually use the SMB file shares on Windows and the volume mounts on Mac and on Linux. So my working files are always there when I need them. And for me, Notion everywhere. On all my devices, I have installed Notion. All my notes, my tasks, my video scripts, my content planning, they live in Notion. So the brain of the system is the same, whatever system I pick tomorrow. If I decided to trash all the setup today, right? I just pick one device. All I need is an internet connection and I'll get everything in the twinkle of an eye, in a flick of an eye. Now, the question is, yes, Dara, we know you are flexing, right? Those of us that can only afford one machine, what is the answer for us? If I'm going to pick just one machine, okay, let's speak about the budget. If you can only afford one machine, this is the decision framework for you. What is your main job? Coding, video, both. What apps are non-negotiable? Some apps live only on one platform, so is it non-negotiable for you? What are the apps you can have around it? Do you need battery mobility or desk power? That gives you laptop or desktop decisions. Are you doing heavy video work? That in itself changes the whole calculation. So if you're mostly coding and productivity work is what you do, a solid laptop with enough RAM just goes a long way. To be honest, I'll say go a MacBook here, Lenovo IdeaPad or a Dell XPS. If you're doing a lot of media work, CPU and GPU, and most importantly, cooling and battery power will be very important to you. Okay, this is where Windows laptops most times win on value for money. But if you're learning cloud and DevOps, I strongly recommend you have access to Linux, either directly or through WSL, because it matches real world instances that you'll work on. For most beginners that don't have all the money to fork out for a machine, a decent Windows laptop with WSL gives you the most platform exposure for the lowest costs. So what this looks like in a day for me is that by about 6 a.m. I do a quick check on my iPad after I've finished all my pre-morning routines like praying, ensure that everyone is safe in the house. I check my emails, my calendar, the news, and ensure that everything is cool. By 8 a.m. I'm ready to do school run because I've gotten my kids ready for school. And at the desk, I get the Mac actually out to check my Cloud co-work automations that I've given my daily brief, my content ops that I've done, spin off some agent work while that gets ready. And once school run is done and I'm back on my desk by 8 a.m., I'm actually on my work desk because I have a job, right? I'm on my work desk doing all stuff, my Lenovo laptop on my YouTube desk, doing some light stuff, syncing stuff while the pipeline runs, while I make coffee, I render videos. And on my lunch breaks, I actually check on stuff. In the afternoon, maybe I'm downstairs on the couch, I pick my MacBook, and I'm good to go. Meetings, I carry my work laptop for that, of course. I'm mostly here during all this. Light code reviews, I use my laptop for that. I have a Dell laptop for work. I can't show you that because it's my work laptop. I can't show you that. And in the evenings, it's simple for me. I review my Notion calendar, I review my plan for the next day, Todoist plus Sunsama plus Notion calendar, plan the next day, and I'm pretty good. But then the thing is, not every day looks like this. Not every day is the same. But the principle holds the same for me. Each device does its best job. For example, if I want to quickly read something, I don't need to carry out a laptop. I just pick one of the tablets and then I go online, find what I'm looking for, and I'm good, right? And then if I need to do quick work, if I need to quickly send an email, but then I don't want to rely on an iPad or a tablet, the light computer comes to play. I flick it open and I get to work. If I need to quickly edit a video or export something from my access, the video rendered for me last night was not good. I get on this yoga, it's connected, wired up, and I'm pretty much good to go. Nothing in my setup fights for attention. They have a particular purpose, and that is it. Purpose for everything in the setup. But then there's also the common mistakes that people make in setting up devices for their setup, right? You should avoid this. Buying multiple machines without assigning roles to them. All my old computers, they have what they're doing. Yes, I have old computers. This is my 2016 MacBook Pro. Yes, ticker get on is going on there. It still works, although it cannot get the latest Mac OS, but it still works for me in my workflow. It still works for my family. It still works for my locally hosted services. Yes, it's also some local services for me now. A maxed out MacBook Pro for occasional video work is bad economics. Over investing in one machine is bad economics for you. That's the second problem. Ignoring synchronization from day one is also a problem. If you have your files scattered everywhere across devices, this friction will kill you. Yes, it will kill you. Not learning Linux, especially if you do DevOps work. The servers are Linux, the cloud is Linux. You need fluency in them. Commands, terminal shortcuts, configurations, troubleshooting, you need that knowledge. Trusting your memory also for cross-device context. Use Notion, use a wiki document, open source even if you want to. Use anything that travels. Mobility 2026 cannot be overemphasized. Mobility even beyond is a necessity. For me, even mobility for my tools must live on every single of my device, either in a browser or an app that lives on the computer. And the most important ones must also have offline sync capability so that when I don't have internet connection, I am not stuck. For me, it's not about flex. It's not about building the most expensive setup. I don't even know how much the setup costs anymore, because they deliver the value. Each device I buy literally pays for itself within a year, depending on the cost, of course. If it's a cheaper device, it pays within a couple of weeks. If it's an expensive device, a year plus, it pays for itself, and the investment is made back, and then I can invest in more if I have to. For daily focus work now, when I'm not doing my day job, of course, my Mac is the one. For Windows I use the Windows, Linux for server priority, Android and iPad for movement and mobility, and all tied together with my Notion system, my to-do system, and of course my hot-swappable desk. Any of these computers that I've listed here can work on any desk. Yes, even my old MacBook Pro can connect to these 4 monitors behind me. Yes, if this has helped you or give you any idea on how to set up a multi-OS system, drop a comment, like this video, share, subscribe. Tell me what your main job is, coding, content, or both, and what device you're using right now, or the one you plan to get next week, or the one you've bought and not told your wife. I read every reply. The link is in the description for my simple Notion creator workflow if you create content that ties all of this together for me. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe again. I'm telling you, I'm begging you, please subscribe again for creator and DevOps workflow. I'll see you again in the next video. Stay safe and goodbye.